Good evening and welcome, everyone. I'd like to call to order the inaugural meeting for the 2022-2026 term of council. If you can please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. We will now proceed with our declarations of elected office. I call upon Matthew Graham, elected to the office of mayor. Please raise your right hand and read aloud the declaration of office.
I, Matthew Graham, having been elected to the office of mayor in the township of Cavan, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you.
I call upon Ryan Huntley, elected to the office of deputy mayor. Please raise your right hand and read aloud the declaration of office.
I, Ryan Huntley, have been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor in the Township of Cavan. I do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise therefore for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. I make this solemn promise and declaration, consistently believing to be true the knowledge that it is the same force and effect made as if under oath. Thank you.
I call upon Nelson Edgerton, elected to the office of Ward 1 Councillor. Please raise your right hand and read aloud the declaration of office.
I, Nelson Edgerton, have been elected to the office of Ward 1 Councillor in the Township of Cavan, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office, biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and make this solemn promise declaration, constantly believing it to be true and knowingly that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Jerry Byrne, elected to the office of Ward 2 Councillor. Please raise your right hand and read aloud the declaration of office.
I, Jerry Byrne, having been elected Councillor Ward 2 in the Township of Cavan Monaghan, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and I will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. And I will faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Lance Natchoff, elected to the office of Ward 3 Councillor. Please raise your right hand and read aloud the declaration of office.
I, Lance Natchoff, having been elected to the office of Ward 3 Councillor in the Township of Cavan Monaghan, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and I will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if it made under oath.
Thank you. And that is the official swearing in of your 2022-2026 council for the Township of Cavan Monaghan. I will now turn the chair over to Mayor Graham for the inaugural address.
Thank you, Cindy. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. I want to welcome family, friends, and our new council before everyone tonight, and thank you for joining us and being a part of this ceremony this evening. To my council, congratulations on winning your respective elections. You've been chosen by our community to carry on the work of those who've served before us, and I wish all of us the best in facing those challenging decisions that lie ahead. Cavan Monaghan is a very special place, and we are fortunate to live in a community where people are aware of that truth. In a time when so many communities are facing acclamations and even vacancies for council positions, we had 15 individuals put their names forward for this election. And I want to express sincere thanks to all of the candidates not with us here tonight. And I hope that our work over the next 4 years will be respectful of the honor bestowed upon all of us. With inauguration now behind us, we are no longer the same people we were before this evening. Each of us has now accepted the duty and responsibility to be the constant representatives of our municipality and to be its champion wherever we go. As your mayor, I make the promise to be that champion and to always focus on pursuing the best interests of our community. And to council, I offer to each of you any help that you might need in making those decisions and understanding the complex issues we will face together. There will inevitably be differences of opinion, but there is room for all of our opinions in the discussions we will have, so long as there is a commitment among all of us to the decisions that we collectively reach. Lastly, on a personal note, I want to thank my family for their love and constant support. And again, congratulations to each of you in your positions, and I wish us all well. And as I am now the chair of the meeting, I will ask the clerk to read the committee appointments for the members of council.
Thank you, Mayor Graham. Appointed to the Cavan Monaghan Public Library Board, Mayor Graham. Appointed to Millbrook Valley Trails Advisory Committee, Councillor Natchaw. Appointed to the Millbrook Business Improvement Board of Management, Deputy Mayor Huntley. Appointed to the Finance Committee, Mayor Graham. Appointed to the Municipal Revitalization and Heritage Advisory Committee, Councillor Edgerton. Appointed to the Emergency Management Program Committee, Mayor Graham. Appointed to the Sustainability Advisory Committee, Deputy Mayor Huntley. Appointed to the Kawartha Region Conservation Authority, Councillor Byrne. Appointed to the Ganaraska Region Conservation Authority, Councillor Natchaw. Appointed to the Otonabee Region Conservation Authority, Deputy Mayor Huntley. And appointed to the Millbrook Medical Board, Mayor Graham. And I will turn the chair back over to you, Mayor Graham.
Thank you, Ms. Page. Well, it's short and sweet this evening. The last few pieces of business we have is the confirming bylaw, and I will read that now. The confirming bylaw being bylaw number 2022-74, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the inaugural meeting held November 21st, 2022, be read a first, second, and third time and passed this 21st day of November, signed by the mayor and the clerk, and the corporate seal attached thereto, moved by Deputy Mayor Huntley and Councillor Natchaw. All in favor? Approved. And lastly, adjournment. Can I get a mover for adjournment? Councillor Edgerton and Councillor Natchaw. Thank you very much. We need a vote on that. All in favor? Approved. There you go. That concludes the business this evening. Again, thank you everyone for joining us, and we look forward to getting to work in the next few weeks here. Take care.